Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no Rasputia, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage.
So I ain't been on there in months. I just re-downloaded. Well, I got you.
I gotta get down with like actually using the platform, like reading things. Like I really just write. You know what I mean? Like
I think it's interesting though.
It definitely is. I always been writing too. I would just like stack them shits. You know what I mean? Like in my fucking computer. You know what I mean? Like essays for the last 10 years that nobody ever read. Just like, oh, I'm working towards a book. You know? So when the Substack was presented to me, suggested to me, I'm like, man, I should fuck with this because it's like
you can kind of like
you can chip away at anyway,
or just get.
And I do feel like I'm chipping away at.
Yeah, but you gotta get that muscle working too. Like right now, it's a different part of the brain because you're gonna use different like structure and grammar than you normally would.
That's been an interesting part, low key, about Substack too. For me, has been like adjusting my prose style for that format because a lot of those people are coming from Instagram. But when I write prose, I think I model my style after like James Baldwin. So it's so like poetic and so cerebral.
Like very descriptive, detailed.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas to bring it into Substack, to tie it to Instagram, I kind of changed the style a little bit to be a little more conversational, a little more vulgar, off the cuff, just like I would talk to you. But when I write, I feel like I got a British accent or some shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's actually necessary because your audience are readers.
Right.
So the person that's watching your video on Instagram, the capacity for vocabulary might not be as high as the person that's really just sitting here reading essays.
Sit down and read 100%.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what really made me get on there. Is like, oh, I can write long form. Like I really like to talk like this. But I know that like this is not how I carry conversation. But it really helped me get all the. I'm the same way. I done started books and just like but I know you was recently diagnosed with ADHD, correct?
Hell yeah.
But I haven't been diagnosed, but I understand what it's like when you get that, when you in that zone and you you write 3 chapters, you like, oh my God, I got a book. And then when the feeling go away, and you wake up the next day, it's like, I'm off that.
Yeah, you gotta come back to it. Yeah, it was crazy getting diagnosed with ADHD. And then I realized in that so many people I know have been recently diagnosed ADHD in their adulthood. I took the test and my therapist was asking me the questionnaire. It was questions like, do you often want to leave places where other people are before anyone else? Does your leg jitter in the middle of conversations? Nigga, my scores was through the roof. I was like, I aced the motherfucker. I'm like, goddamn, I got 100% on the shit. Because each question says, never, sometimes, often, very often. I was very often for every motherfucking question.
Right.
You know, and it put some context to me because I learned that a lot of people that have had treatment-resistant depression and have not seen efficacy from antidepressants actually take benefit from ADHD meds. And at the end of the day, it's all big pharma. It's a motherfucking trap.
Right.
You know? But I was like, shit, I'll take some help.
I mean, sometimes you need a little push, bro.
You know what I mean?
Because you can also get caught up in a funk of like extreme procrastination. Sometimes I would like pride myself on doing my best work right before it's due. And my people used to be like, bro, you done sat here all week. You could have been started on like, why you ain't just... Then you wouldn't have to cram it all in one day. Then I see my son doing the same shit. I'm like, my son autism spectrum. So it's like...
How old is your son?
14. I got 14, 12, and an 8. Yeah.
You got
and he'll be 15 that month.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had your son?
20.
20?
Yeah.
Damn.
36 now.
Yeah. Your son grown.
Yeah. Oh, no, so 20, 21. 20. I had just turned 21. Yeah.
That's like Perp. Yeah, Joey had his daughter when he was maybe 19. Chance too, maybe.
Chance, yeah.
Chance had her a little older.
Chance what? Chance?
No, he was 19.
How old Chance?
Chance my age, 33.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm 3 years older than you? You born in 93?
93.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same age as my little sister, bro.
Word.
Yeah. I be knowing, like, when that certain age range, we all experience the same shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Real millennial shit.
Yeah, no, it all come together.
Hell yeah. I had to figure out, like, the writing part, what it is like, for me, always, is taking that first step. Because once I, like, would get over the part of the first step, I'm gone. I can goddamn, I'm with this. And it's like, damn, bro, all I had to do was start. Like, that's it. And I know that about myself, but it's like, man, I don't need to go get no diagnosis in there. But I am curious. But
Nigga.
I done went 36 years with no goddamn
Me too, shit. But I'm Adderall shorty right now, and I'm taking benefit from it. Like, in the past, I abused Adderall. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
That was one of my vices for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it went for me like I was using mushrooms to do all my music in the internet tape. That was this psychedelic space. Then that hit a wall. All I got was bad trips. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Found Molly. Molly had me like that. I'm writing songs in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So I'm immediately hooked. I'm already coming from a depressive place. So all these drugs are speaking to me because they seem to be giving me the escapism that I've been seeking. But Molly, it plays with your dopamine and your serotonin receptors so severely that it drives you deep down into a hole when you're not on it. And it didn't last long. Then I found the Adderall. So I was crushing the Adderall and snorting it. And, you know, when you snorting things, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you talking to the right person.
You know what I mean? When you're snorting things, there's not a happy ending.
I like you more already. I was like, yeah, my nigga, we do drug talk, addiction talk. Nigga love that.
Not a happy ending within that. You know what I mean?
Molly, bro, I took Molly one time. I literally talked my girl to sleep.
Crazy.
She was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Please shut up. Please. I was like, no, I can't. But I literally, I don't know if I took too much. I literally could not stop talking. I wanted to. And then
you gonna keep motherfucker talking on Molly.
I wrote everything. I had this big old whiteboard. I wrote all my thoughts on this whiteboard. I'm talking through the thoughts too because I can't stop talking. Man, when I woke up the next day and looked at that shit, I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? This shit like hieroglyphics, dude. I'm trying to decode this shit. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
You'll be talking about some bullshit, but you will also find some brilliant moments.
Yeah.
But in my experience,
it's some little gems in there, motherfucker, but not
some
enough.
little gems, you know.
Yeah, not
But
enough.
in my experience with it, what I landed at was like, through all the different addictions, from the mushrooms to the Molly to the Adderall to the cocaine to the alcohol to the sex, especially in the drugs, it was as if I was teleporting myself to the top of a mountain and not building the strength that one gets from actually climbing the surface.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I might have a moment of brilliance up there, but I wasn't building the reps in a conscious way to be growing stronger and capable of whatever that was. Yeah. So when the drug eventually stopped being efficient, now I learned about this concept recently called anhedonia, which is like the inability to experience pleasure. So people that have been in addiction and seek thrills can be susceptible to this concept where it's like your pleasure receptors are just fried.
Facts.
So you can't feel shit. If it ain't extreme, you know what I mean? If it ain't like fucking jumping out of airplane or like snorting something, can't experience nothing.
Right. And it got to be like a real push of the envelope. Yeah, because like, I don't know if that's what's going on with me. I just noticed ever since I was young, like, the anticipation of going on vacation was funner than the vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to the beach, it's like, all right. I mean, this is cool, it's water, but it's like, bro, it's like feel like no vacation. We just went to another spot. And it's like, I always like, was trying to figure out like what is a vacation? Like what are niggas doing? What can I do for myself that'll make me feel like I am enjoying this moment? Cause outside of drugs, like you said with the catapult to the top of the mountain, I knew Molly was a no-go. Adderall became a part where it's like I really like how I was able to focus on one thing at a time, but I need to feel that, you know, if you take one and it's working the way it's supposed to, you could feel yourself being able to compartmentalize your thoughts and not be impulsive and not taper off and just like really lock the fuck in. I used to take one I worked like overnight, and I was like, damn, I really like this. I can do my job. I can still think about the shit I want to think about, but I don't have to like socialize and do all these different things. I'm not all over the place. But then it's like when you take another pill, you get that euphoria feeling, and then you get like the high of it, right? Like whatever the amphetamine is. I was like, damn, I can't do this though, because then I'm like not sleeping. I really don't like when, you know, like straight up, like the uppers and make where your dick don't work sometimes, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy shit.
But your body wants to, like your mind, you want to fuck your dick, like, psh,
no, sir.
Yeah, go on, stop that. You might
and having to take something that you got to take another something in order to sleep.
Saying?
You know, and
take a melatonin. You know, you try to take a melatonin because it's natural, but that ain't hitting. And then Percocet, I had a Percocet summer, and a Percocet just made me angry. It don't do like most people like lean.
That motherfucker made me projectile vomit, boy. I went goddamn Fresco, man. The nigga picked me up in the goddamn whatever kind of Vino he was driving, and he gave me this Perk 30, and I never got into the Percocets, but I took this. Took maybe the Perk 10. Maybe I broke it into a 10 or a 20. And he was trying to tell me like, you know, maybe take this first part. If you don't feel nothing, then take the next one.
Yeah.
God damn it. The next day, I'm having to do professional activities. You know what I mean? I had a performance I needed to film. I'm in the back room, projectile vomiting. I'm like, man, I can't do this shit. Off the goddamn Perk. That shit would make me so sick.
Perk, that shit made my face itch like a buck. Like, I was like, damn, bro, I feel like a junkie. I ain't even enjoying it.
No, that shit made me so sick. I couldn't fuck the night before. I'm just laying there just trying to figure it out. It's not getting figured out.
Do the opposite, my I'm about ready to go. But
I was out of this shit.
It's like, so I be trying. I was like, I was really dedicated to finding the drug for me, because I'm cool. Like especially in my mid-20s. I ain't even looking at this like addiction. I look at this like enhancement. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm burnt out on weed. Like I started smoking so young. Weed don't even like. It's like I don't even enjoy it. It's just like. I'm overthinking shit. I feel slow. I'm tired. My joints hurt, nigga. Fuck this shit. But that motherfucking cocaine, nigga. That's where I felt like I found the middle ground between Molly and
Really, I hate cocaine, and I found myself in a deep cocaine moment like a handful of years ago. I never planned to.
Nigga, I had to start selling that shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm cooling, because I'm like working a job. I'm good. This helped me with the bills. The nigga that work at the liquor store, him and his girl do it. My neighbor do it. I'm good. I got a little trap. I ain't got to sell to too many people. Man, I was up one night fucking around with my partner. I ain't know my partner was doing the shit. I was like, shit, I'll try that shit. Nigga ain't about that. Scarface, I ain't seen it. What? I did all type of other drugs. Just ain't no crack. Boy, stop. I felt like I like that top of the mountain. But the thing about it, nigga don't tell you about that top of the mountain, you gonna fall down that
low.
You falling down that mountain.
So low.
And then you trying to bounce back with the shit that made you fall. Yeah, that shit like the addiction cycle is, that shit rough, bro.
Yeah, I think I went through an addiction cycle for a solid 10 years. You know what I mean? Until I had a terrible car crash and saw all of it crumble. Really, it was 12-step program also that gave me the perspective to break free from it. The 12-step program I was in was called SLA, Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. So it was like sex addiction. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But what it showed me was in this 4th step where you make a fearless moral inventory of yourself. You basically go through all of your experiences in that category, be it alcoholism or sex addiction, and you list your motivations for each one. And what I realized going through all of those experiences was that my motivation was always escapism. My motivation was always validation seeking. None of my motivations were actually beneficial to me. You know what I mean? It was just me running away. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, it drove me to cut everything. So I'm almost 5 years off drinking and drugs at the end of this month. You know what I mean?
Bro.
No, it feels so good, bro.
Man, y'all clap it up for this nigga, man.
Come on now. Hey, thank you, man.
I would not lie, brother. I just like, as long as as long as I don't feel how I felt, then I'm straight. I'm a drink. I just like, I went to. This is a fucked up thing too about like how I rationalize shit. I tell a nigga like, bruh, if you, it's fucked up. This is not a good thing to say. I already understand this. Seeing somebody worse off than you make you feel better about yourself and justify like you don't think you as low as you is, and then you climb out of lows. You go through sobriety. I went through like a 3-year sobriety. I was sober for like 3 years, and it's like if I thought about it, I wouldn't like trip. It's just like if I did relapse, like when I finally did relapse, I relapsed on some. Man, I'm not like it's that AA shit. Like what did it say? Like something about being powerless to this shit.
Yeah, powerless. I forget the exact.
That
language,
shit. I took that
powerless.
This thing, bro. I took that shit like a challenge. Like, man, y'all kind of got me fucked up. Like, who powerless? You know what I'm saying? And then there, but
like
then
powerless without your higher power, basically. You know?
Yeah, and then you know, and I always, it's just like, bro, this shit was. I was like, man, this shit feel like so much pressure, bro. But I didn't choose another outlet.
I'm gonna
I
tell
ain't
you
get
though,
to working out. I ain't get to doing that.
You know what? For real though, I just hit a low that was so low. Like when I hit my rock bottom, this was only maybe a handful of years ago, right before I went sober, and it was like, bro, I went from being a millionaire to being broke, like $0. I had less than $0. Like negative 50,000 because I had credit card debt, and I'm in the mosque for the first time, and the imam, he's speaking. You know, it's like a hood mosque, so he's speaking my exact language. He like, it's two types of people in this world. It's people that's on their deen. That means their family relationships is straight, their relationship with self is straight, and it's people that are struggling. They struggling with violence in the streets. I had one of my friends, former friend, trying to kill me at the time because I had whooped him. Because he robbed me, because I'm out trapping, doing extra shit. They struggling emotionally. I'm clearly going through it. They struggling financially.
Hold on, pause. So you went broke. You went from millionaire to broke and started back trapping? Or this is before millionaire?
Oh, yeah, I was trapping when I was down all the way $0.
After being a millionaire?
Yes.
So, nigga, you done went through fame, like,
Already
nigga know you.
Yeah, fame.
And you outside.
Still outside. Back
what
outside.
What the fuck is that, bro? Like, how do you even...
That was a lot.
Bro, this is, I don't even know how you got down.
That was a lot. I started back trapping, and when the homie robbed me, I had been fronting shit. I had been fronted some shit. You know what I'm saying? Fronted somebody else, and they done ran off and did some extra shit, and I have a code, so I had to go pay that 15 to, you know, my friend who gave it to me. I mean, I'm like, just because a nigga robbed me doesn't mean I'm going to rob you. You know what I'm saying? That's not the kind of person I am. That's how niggas operate, though.
Damn, bro.
You know that's how niggas operate. But when I
put it on you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's a lot of niggas, they be like, man, I got poked. So I don't know what to tell you. But that's not me. You know what I mean? I'm going to pay you because this was our agreement. But I was in the mosque, man. I'm going through all that. And that shit just brought a fucking tear to my eyes. Just like, it was the first time I felt like I was really talking to God. And I was like, man, look, God, you get me through this. You know what I'm saying? You get me through this, I'm going to be your guy, you know? I'm going to fuck with you.
G.O.D., I'm fucking with you hard. I'm all in.
100%. I know I need you, you know?
For sure.
And,
also, too, like, this your opportunity to prove to me you real.
And
I'm putting it on God. That's crazy.
No, you know what's crazy
real,
is, like, I didn't...
Nigga making a little deal with God, like, but it's... I'm like challenging, like, God, you kind of got to show up for me so I can dedicate my
God
life.
showed us so crazy, though, because I didn't know what I was praying for yet. You ever made a prayer that you didn't even know the severity of what you were praying for yet? Because a week later, I'm driving the car, I'm off to Mali, celebrating some shit I did with Kanye, working on the Donda album, came out, I'm off to Mali, I'm drinking, and, you know, I end up totaling this car, like veering off Lakeshore Drive, totaling the car. I got a dirty pistol in the back. I got 2 gun cases.
Vic, you are a wild nigga, bro.
And
You're a hot ass nigga.
Super hot.
And you also like, I get it, Chicago South Side, but like, nigga, you had already been through the Save Money movie already, bro. Like,
I had already
and
did
then you
everything.
went, like,
and
bro,
I went
you are
back
a celebrity shorty, and then you
I went back
to
doing
being a
that.
hot nigga.
Yeah, went back to doing that. And so when I caught that blessing, though, you know what I mean?
Nigga, to be here right now, you got to know what's going on,
Nigga,
bro.
what?
You know, like, yeah.
I got out that car, bro. Car's wrapped around a tree.
I ain't trying to interrupt you, bro. This is actually blowing my motherfucking mind.
It's wrapped around a tree. It cannot be drove. It can't be driven away from there. I realized I got the gun in the back. Now I'm just kind of laughing because I'm like, I'm going to prison. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to prison. And when I didn't, you know what I mean? When I was able to just clean the situation up and caught that blessing, bro, I just never went back. I was like, I'm not drinking no more. I'm not doing drugs no more.
Though?
What came from it?
Yeah.
Sobriety.
So you ain't no legal shit?
No legal shit. Everything got cleaned up by the grace of God. I knew I had been given an opportunity, and that's when I said, fuck it, I'm going sober. So that's 5 years ago on September 1st. It was like I had to.
I ain't gonna hold you. 28 is that, though.
Yeah.
28 is really
Exactly.
a crossroads.
Yeah, it was
Niggas
28.
like on some,
Yeah.
you know, they'll tell you like 25 is when the brain developed, but 28 is where you make the decision, am I gonna be a man?
I think 28 might be one of your 7-year cycles, too. People be talking about, like, the 7-year cycles got the
year 7 is the number of completion, so
significance.
28 is when you know, the unfortunate is like 28 is when I literally like lost everything and then gained everything. You see what I'm saying? Because like I started driving truck. My mama passed 2018. I'm 28, and then I started doing CDL and trucking and shit. So it's like I lost so much. I had gotten in a car accident bad. I fucked my back up, couldn't work. Had to stay with folks. Had to goddamn. It like my life was just. It felt like, bro. I felt like I just had this shit figured out. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
And then losing my mama in the midst of all that. Then go get a fucking trade through the guidance of my grandmother. And then like literally everything changed for me. Like my whole life changed. Just like that. And it was like, bro, this is for one, it's wild. Like just taking a step in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
To like I low key like didn't understand like true stability. Didn't dedicate myself to anything. I always like one foot in, one foot out. I be telling my partner like you building with sticks. Like you doing legitimate, but you doing fuck shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand exactly what you going through because I had to talk with God at like 19. And this also like after my grandma passed, I caught like the worst charge ever. And these folks trying to give me like the street gang terrorism. I was a gang leader. They called me a gang leader. They said it was conspiracy, a strong arm robbery. Like,
God damn, they gave you terrorism?
bruh.
Fuck.
Just because I'm with 2 other niggas.
Fuck.
So they already, and we in Douglasville, Georgia too. So it's like, y'all niggas are a gang. Bruh, when I looked at the charges, it's like terrorism, nigga, this was like a little lit. Terrorism? I ain't attacked the government, nigga. I ain't destroy no property. I ain't a Unabomber, nigga. But it's like they piling on these charges.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum was 10. So I caught felony at 17. This nigga brought the gun. I ain't even know he had the gun on because we ain't even like, it was like a little lit. It was like a finesse type shit. I ain't like how Buddy was talking. We was trying to make it like a square deal. I ain't like how he was talking. I was like, how about this? I'm just gonna take this. To me, it's not no big deal. Mm-hmm. I'm like, go ahead with your move. Now, my partner in the back, he got a pistol. I don't know he got a pistol. Whatever the case, I'm with 2 other niggas. I'm telling you, like, this, when I'm in jail, like, bro, God, please, bro. I promise you. Because the minimum 10, bro. I'm finna turn 19. So, I'm 36 now. I had my 3rd kid by 27. I don't have no kids if I get that.
Right.
And they saying the minimum. I don't know what else they're gonna stack on it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, God, boy, I swear, I don't give a fuck about these niggas in this jail. I done came to the jail so many times and did raw shit. I'm finna go in here, I'm gonna go to Bible study. I'm gonna stay in my Bible. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna do all that sucker shit that I've been calling niggas suckers for before. I'm on that. If I can shake up out there, you ain't gotta worry about me in these streets no more. And the solid shit is like, all us went into the investigation and was like, I don't got nothing to say. The likelihood of 3 niggas not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And then, yeah, they had to drop everything. Because the way my lawyer made it, like, he solicited a drug transaction, though. So, how you gonna call the police? So, if y'all not gonna charge him.
Shifty.
If y'all not gonna charge him, y'all can't charge my client. And this nigga just didn't show up to court.
Oh, he just didn't show up.
Just dropped, yeah, we out there. I was like, but God real.
God showed up.
I left court and walked up and down Highway 5 looking for jobs. That day, fuck that. Tell my mama, like, I know I'd be saying I ain't going back to jail, but I swear to God, I ain't going back to that motherfucker. So I kept my word for a long time, but I know what it's like to have that, like, boy, if I don't make a decision right now, ain't gonna be no more me. And I know that I be having grace. I be getting a lot of grace. Some call it luck. I call it, you call it favor, you call it whatever it is. But it's like in the moment I had to really make a decision. Like, boy, like, you ain't shaking this twice. This don't even work like that.
Twice, 3 times, 4 times. You just hit a limit. You know what I mean? I think I look back at some of those times in that period that we was talking about, at the ridiculous shit I was doing, because I had lost it all, though. You know what I'm saying? I had lost it all, and so I'm trying to stay above water just by fucking, like, have some little pounds here and there, goddamn running up in a crib, and I'm me already too, though, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to stay above
big
water.
robbed me.
Like,
you know how crazy that is?
I'm trying to stay above water.
And you have a very, you have a distinct look.
Yeah, it's me doing
It's
it. I
you,
mean,
bro.
I'm gonna tell you that this is funny. This is like in the past before that, just in all of the stupid shit I used to do. But I was, you know, when you come into money and fame, then niggas around you start trying to rob you. This is a thing that can't happen because
in Chicago or just period?
Just a period. Being the only person around
with the bread.
Being the only person with bread in a group where some are very hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, there will be finesse, dishonest shit done.
Yeah.
You know, and you got
sneaky shit. Yeah.
Sneaky shit. Got to know when to cut people off. God damn it. You know, one of the people that was closest to me, way before, he hit me for like maybe 15 bands, and this was my first time experiencing that, and so I crashed out crazy, you know, and I'm like getting the flight to go back to Chicago to go find who I thought had done it. Turns out he was being set up by my real homie, you know, and I'm like, man, you know what we gonna do? And my homie like, we gotta kill this nigga, and I'm like, you're right. We do have to kill that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like,
actually, my nigga,
I don't know
why I didn't think of that. Why didn't I think of that? God damn,
entirely
this nigga's a
wrong.
genius.
So then I started.
This is the worst idea this nigga have ever
Worst
had.
fucking suggestion of all time. I start,
your ass on dumb shit. You like, actually?
I start considering it, you know, and I'm like, well, you know what? Kill this nigga is not something I can do, you know. But
Yeah,
I'm like, man, how close can I get? You know what I mean?
And
so,
you big missing at this time.
Yeah, I'm big missing at this
Nigga,
time.
you can't.
It's just a ridiculous thought.
All right.
But I go back to Chicago and
Yo, this nigga's wild, bro.
get like a
You see this nigga
motley
pulling
crew.
oranges out of the tree. You don't realize like this nigga. Yeah.
But I had to grow through all this
But
shit
he also
though.
from a real place, so we get it. But also, nigga, this is the thing I love about the hood. Like, your whole shit, y'all came out on some Save Money, like, ooh, ooh. All your music is very introspective. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of my favorite things about it.
Mm-hmm.
When you was in your rock star, like, I'm wearing I got the locks, I'm wearing fucking biker boots, nigga. I'm out here.
Mm-hmm.
That am I did that shit to you. I was like, I swear to God, nigga, that is my shit.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
man.
when I'm going through some shit, I'm on that.
I love that
Yeah,
shit.
go ahead, continue, my nigga. I'm just
this was funny.
Astonished.
So I go back, you know, I get a few of my guys, and We slide over there, and I got this T-shirt, this black T-shirt, wrapped around my head like a mask, but nobody else has their face covered. So we come up in the crib, bust up in the crib, and nigga like, these all your best, Vic? Like, I know that's you, like these your homies, you know what I'm saying? You got your face covered, but like, Vic, is that you? You know?
Right.
I'm like, where's the money and the drugs? Just like, just a pure crash out, you know what I mean? But honestly, I can only be grateful for having not had to really sit and serve time in prison or die, to experience all those things, to give me what I would say is the greatest lesson that losing it all has provided me with, which is gratitude. Because I had to learn how to be grateful when I didn't have shit. I mean, like financially.
Yeah.
How to be grateful for having breath in my lungs. How to be grateful for having my mother and my father, as you say, losing your mother young. Like, how to be grateful for things that you take for granted when you have money, oftentimes. Like, how do I just be grateful for being alive? I'm fucking driving my mom's Prius. You know, one of the reasons why, like, I love my girl so deeply, because she met me at that time. Like, nigga, I was driving a Prius, nigga. You know what I mean? I was me. So people would come back around. They'd be like, man, I think I saw, like, Vic MENSA in the neighborhood, but, like, he was driving, like, a bad car. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that I would hear, you know? And at that time, man, I learned to be grateful, man. And I learned to be cognizant of how I treat people. Because a lot of people didn't pick up the phone no more. A lot of people didn't want to fuck with me, you know, for one reason or another, whether it was controversy, whether it was just that they thought I fell off, whatever it was. A lot of people just that I thought had love for me as a human being beyond didn't pick up the phone. And so I had to be grateful for those that did show me love, that did support me, and simply for being alive. Like, I tell my son every morning, you know, he's only 2, but I'm like teaching him this, that gratitude is the door through which life's blessings come pouring in. That's why one man could be incarcerated. He could be infinitely more joyful than somebody that's a millionaire that doesn't know themselves, doesn't have self-love. Because this nigga could be grateful for waking up in the morning.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I think, you know, saying your nightly prayers when you at your granny house, and then, like, when she, like, wake up, be thankful for the day. Just be thankful you woke up. Simple shit, when you don't have nothing, like, bruh, yeah, man. Goddamn, bro. I know, nigga. I know. Sometimes you got like, I done been in jail so many goddamn times, bro. I remember like, fall asleep, you dreaming you out that bitch, you wake up in that bitch. Oh my God, nigga. It's like, God, bro, what's up with that? Bro, just thank you for letting me wake up, bro. Like, I'd love to just be in there for a minute. You know what I'm curious about though? What is the come up like? I want to talk about this. What's the come up, the peak, and when did it click that it was like, I'm starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose it all. Because there is a process of like, I done been up and down a lot. So there's a process of like, I know shit is going downhill.
Right.
But I'm going to pretend like, I think maybe I'm being negative. Maybe I just need to be more optimistic. Maybe I'm scared. But like, no, bro, I in my gut, I know I'm falling off. Before you get to the part of it, like where it's really all gone and then it go from zero to dead, what's the come up like? Outside of just like the shit with the homies, just as like a dream and like experiencing something that is like less than 1% possible. Right. What's this peak of it? And then where was it? When did you realize like, man, I'm finna lose it all? Or was there a realization that like, damn, one day it's all gone?
Honestly, for me, it all came fast. I was fresh out of high school when I did my first project that really hit an international audience, the internet tape. And it wasn't long after that I was releasing records that were moving in London. And Lenny S is coming to meet me, and then I'm sitting there with Hove. Oh, and then I'm over here with Kanye, and I do the record with Kanye. I do the deal with Hove, and I'm on SNL. You know what I mean? I'm like ascending to heights that I always knew I would because I just had an unshakable belief in myself. But fuck, it's real, you know? So here I am, like, here I am. I'm traveling the world constantly. I'm on every continent performing for huge crowds of people. Then I'm touring with Jay-Z. I'm fucking, you know, doing albums with Kanye. Like, changing people's lives with music. You know what I mean? It's something that I always dreamed I would do. But at the same time, I didn't have gratitude for those things because I was in deep addiction the whole time. I was in deep depression, even when I had the most. I would have moments of happiness, of course, because I'd be like, I mean, fuck, my life is amazing. You know what I mean? I'm fucking 5 bitches at once, you know what I mean? But really, that's a sad thing to do. So I don't even know if I would say that's happiness as much as just like a thrill. It was a massive thrill, but I didn't appreciate it. And I would say peak was probably around that time when I did the tour with Hove and did that autobiography album. And then my resentment about how I felt people didn't appreciate that in conjunction with my addictions and my depressions, it just started leading me to all this lashing out. You know what I mean? So that lashing out leads to a lot of public controversies, a lot of beefs. I'm getting arrested all the time. I'm in jail all the time. I'm in the news for the wrong reasons all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm still doing big deals and I'm making money, but I'm bleeding it. You know what I mean? I don't have the right people around me. And maybe I'm not cultivating the right people around me because I'm not really the right person within myself. I don't even like to be around me.
You on the bullshit.
Goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? You know, my space is dark. You know, there's a lot of dark things happening. I did a song at the time called Dark Things. You know what I mean? Dark things in my mind again. You know what I mean? Like I was reveling in darkness. And eventually I spent the money, you know? So when it hit the pandemic, I wasn't prepared for that. Hit the pandemic, it's like, oh yeah, you already spent the bread. So the people that's around you, even like the business managers and such, I keep wondering why my credit card debt is going up, but I'm paying the bill every month and I'm not using the credit card. And I'm just asking the question, realizing I have no education about finances. And eventually, once I was down to $7,000 in the bank account, the business manager was like, man, I think actually we're gonna have to stop working with you at this time because we can't pay our minimum monthly. Minimum monthly? I thought you took 5% of income. He says, yeah, but that's up to a $2,500 minimum
Ain't no business
monthly.
to manage, bro.
And you've
That's
been,
where they at.
you know what I'm saying? And they're like, we've been charging our fee to your credit card. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
That's where the goddamn fault, bro.
I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, ain't no business to manage, and y'all help me run it all the way down. You know, help me run it all the way down. I'm like, okay, it's down. You know what I mean?
And they knowing it.
It's down.
Damn, that's fucked up.
It's down. I'm drinking a lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm still into drugs. I'm still creative. I'm still working. I'm still looking for a way, but I'm all the way low. So when I get to that car crash, and I see, you know, my arrest record, I'm sitting in the back of a police car when I caught a case not too long after that, and the policeman is like, he just keep going through my record and shit, and he like, hey, this is long, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit. You know, like something's gotta give, or I might not survive this. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not live to tell the tale. And how many people don't though? You know what I mean? Like how many don't? How many young artists don't make it up out of that? And so I think, yeah, when I went back to Chicago and the business manager's like, yeah, we can't even pay our fee, you know, you got $7,000 left. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is all the way down. But I've been down before. I know how to get it back, but I can't do it running away from the facts. I can't do it running away from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's all addiction was for me, was evading the truth at any fucking cost. I'm in the goddamn strip club in the pandemic more than ever, you know, drinking, like falling asleep with some ass in my face.
All right.
Nothing can be built from this state. You cannot you can't gain anything from this.
Also, it's just, I in my Substack, what I wrote today, I was like, I couldn't, when I had to have my vision in alignment with my purpose. Mm-hmm. What I wanted when I was younger was like vanity, materialism, like pleasure, gluttony. Mm-hmm. See, it's like pure gluttony. Like I want the most of everything. Sex, drugs, problems, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to feel shit at all the extremes. Cause it's like, this is like kind of where this is what I've adapted to emotionally. And I have a very long fuse.
Yeah.
So I just be looking at motherfucker like, bro, you don't even know this shit burning, bro. You don't even know it's burning. And like the way you talking to me right now, I know I'm gonna let it pop on you. So I'm taking shit out on the people I love. I'm taking shit out on myself. I'm taking shit out on people I don't give a fuck about. It's like everybody around. It's like I'm a dark cloud. I got a dark cloud over a nigga, bro. I'm on first name basis with correctional officers, nigga. This shit weird. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then the thing about your story is like, I can recognize grace, nigga. Like, I done seen it on myself. You got a lot of favor, bro. And I don't know how you, like, even then taking that moment, and we talking about maybe you said 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5 years at the end of this month.
What's the process of, like, how do we get to, like, this reshaping of self without the vanity, without the drugs, without, like, how you becoming more family oriented? Mm-hmm. It's how do you even, what's the step that you take to, like, I'm a man to fuck up? Because that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, hustling in the dark, man. I think a lot about hustling in the dark, because when you're hustling in the dark, you're forced to take your victories in silence, without the need for validation, because niggas just don't give a fuck. Like, don't nobody really care what you got going on. So hustling in the dark, it also gave me the freedom to build character. It gave me the freedom to build discipline. It gave me the freedom to build stillness, especially when I went sober, when I stopped drinking, when I stopped doing drugs, when I leaned deep as fuck into meditation, when I leaned deep into breath work, when I leaned deep into celibacy and honesty and building healthy relationships. Nobody gave a fuck, though. I'm reading constantly. I'm studying. I'm fulfilling and enriching myself educationally. I'm reading How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. I'm reading The African Origins of Civilization. I'm reading The Power of Now. I'm reading, the Eckhart Tolle. I'm reading the Joe Dispenza, the Eastern philosophy, the shit to strengthen my emotional core and my intellectual core. I'm doing all of this in the dark, though. I didn't really know what the purpose for it was, other than I knew I needed to grow strong because I had to come the fuck up, because I'm all the way at the bottom. Doing that without an outlet for applause, that built me, though, because I wasn't looking for somebody else to tell me how tight it was. That I was taking care of myself, or that I was evolving. Somebody else to applaud my evolution, because nobody cared. You know what I mean? Like, maybe people close to me, but in the masses, in the grand scheme, nobody saw, nobody cared.
And incomparable to where when people were applauding you, you kind of...
When people were applauding me, I didn't appreciate it. Yeah. I used to be on a fucking first class airplane, like, man, I hope this bitch crash. You know, how crazy is that?
Yeah.
You sitting in first class and you just hoping the bitch crash. I told somebody
but it doesn't. I mean, this is the thing, bro. Like, the stuff can't replace the human. Like, it can't.
It can't.
I think that what's interesting to me is, like, the void that you had within yourself was like, I don't even care about this success, nigga. Cause you know what's going on within you.
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell people all the time, like, I don't love so much, nigga, I don't even celebrate when I win. I just like, bro, yeah, it is what it is.
I'm kind of the same way, to be honest.
I took so many losses, nigga. I'm low-key scared, because, like, what if I start celebrating, nigga, like, oh, we made a mistake. Actually, your foot was online. That's two.
I'm kind of the same way. I have a lot of trouble celebrating successes. You know what I'm saying? And I think I try to intentionally get better about it, but I do know that, like, I don't give much weight to them. But I also try to be in the present moment a lot.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that experiencing so much loss has given me, is a complete focus on the present moment, because nothing ever happens in the past or the future. Anything that has ever happened has happened in the now. And because I've experienced so much loss, so much success too, but the loss, maybe because of human nature, feels dominant oftentimes. I don't even like to think about the past. I don't even look at the past. I just be in the present moment.
And you know, I got a lot of tabs off, man. I can't even think about all that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even let myself go there.
It's cool, bro. It's over.
Like, I was with one of my homies the other day, and he was, I was telling him about some of these stories from that time, and, you know, maybe I mentioned something about like a bad bitch or something. And he was like, man, you never tell me those stories, bro. And I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't even think about them. If I find my mind going to that place, I actually stop it, because I've recognized in my relationship that I'm in now, that is like one of the healthiest relationships that I've been in, and that I'm in one of the healthiest places, that even fixating on those things in the past is like a linchpin in the structure of wellness that I'm creating now. Like, allowing my mind to be obsessed with things in the past is completely detrimental to me doing what I have to do today. So I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you that story, because literally I don't spend time with those stories for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it was really cool to see, you know, like, I pride myself on being very hip, so I got hip the chance early. So then Cocoa Butter Kisses was like my favorite song on the album, just because it felt very country.
Yeah, that's one.
And then so I was like, who the fuck is that nigga? Okay, boo, we gotta check that out. Now I'm gonna go check your shit out. This is like, you know, ecosystem of hip hop. So I think the peak of my fandom was the Rockstar, that album, Autobiography, right? I don't know where the fuck you went, and I'm like, it's something like art out here. I'm not thinking about it. So when you come back into my feed, I was like, this is a whole different person, nigga. You can see it, the energy crazy, like you have like a very radiant vibe to you, bro. Of course, Family Man. I think, you know, I'm a nigga, so I just make fun of niggas for whatever. Like, I just think it's funny, like, bro, this nigga Vic got unlimited oranges, bro. This is crazy. And this in his backyard. But I think we was all enamored by it. Like, this is cool as fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hans is, like, taking care of himself. He's obviously been somewhere, like, he been studying. So you come back, yo, the politics is on point. The information is on point. I'm learning from you. Like, you put me on the shit I'm not thinking about. We always gonna run into trouble. Like, Pan-Africanism will put you in a weird, like, it's gonna put you in a, you're gonna have to tussle with these folks.
For sure.
I done been there too. But I think it was just interesting to me to recognize, like, I know I've seen this evolution for people. I've seen it for myself. And it was like, it was really like, it was like, goddamn, I don't know how the others say it besides proud. Nigga, I was like, proud of that nigga, bro.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think having my son cemented it for me too, though. It was like I had been building myself for some years. And then when I had my son, it necessitated me standing on everything that I said I was about.
Yeah.
Because, like, yo, I have this life that is dependent on me being the best version of myself. And having a child will make you realize that whatever you don't fix within your own behavioral patterns, you pass on. Mm-hmm. And so I'm peeping shit that even my reactions to things, my tendency to have anxiety, to have worry, I gotta be so conscious and careful about those things, because I'm not arming my child with the same shit that's giving me difficulty in my life. Like, I need him to start at a leg up from me. The lessons that I've learned, inshallah, I want him to have implanted in him from jump. He'll have his own struggles. He's going to have his own ways he got to veer off. But inshallah, he doesn't have to veer off into the same pitfalls that I have already seen, fell in, and overcome.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I be telling my son all the time, I want you to have a different problem than me.
Different problems.
Hey, look, my nigga. I was like, I sat both of my boys down. I was like, look, y'all can't have jail problems, bro. I just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough jail problems in my life to cover both of y'all. I need you to have different problems, bro.
Mm-hmm. Because they're going to have problems.
You're going to have problems.
That's the thing.
I ain't tripping on that. I need you to have different problems.
Just different ones.
Just don't have the problem with the law. We passed that, nigga. We in the cul-de-sac. This shit, it's love over here, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to have no problems with the law. But I'm, you know, you fear for your children, bro, because when you start recognizing the patterns and behavior, like, bro, I be telling folks all the time, like, bro, I'm coming like my mama mode every day, bro. I like noise bother me now. Like, don't be too loud around me, like. You know what I'm saying? You see at the table last night, I was like, I gotta get up out of there. I walk off. I gotta smoke. I gotta do something. This is like, I'm getting overstimulated, and y'all seem very calm. I'm not like, y'all. I'm the only one not like. I do plates too close together. Everything touching. It's a lot of people talking. It's a lot of shit going on. I'm finna go outside real quick.
I was learning a lot from y'all, though. I was learning a lot from. I was really just listening. You know what I'm saying? I actually was wondering with you when it was that you started diving into them books. Where'd you start? When?
Brad, I was like, when I was in 4th grade, I had won this accelerated reader contest. I had read like the most books in 4th grade.
Mm.
And then I won a spelling bee same year. So I'm really like, and I'm a bad kid though.
You was up.
I tie niggas' shoes to the table. Like if you fuck with me, like I was with that type of shit. Like I like doing like dentist to dentist type shit.
No, me too, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm putting tacks on the teacher's seat and shit. Nigga sitting on the thumbtack and shit.
Yeah.
All that shit.
It took teachers, my mother, and my wife always have told me like, your greatest when you really locked in, when you really like are utilizing the full potential that you have is when you're writing.
Mm.
And when you not reading, you don't write.
Yeah.
So getting back on the road, when I started driving trucks, it allowed me a period of isolation. Because you got to be out like 2-3 weeks at a time. So you got to eat. You eat by yourself. You wash your own clothes. Like you have your own routine.
That's a mental exercise.
Yeah. But I had made a decision like, okay, every day I wake up at 7. I'm not going to touch my phone until 10. So I'm just ride in silence. I'm going to deal with my thoughts. Sometimes the impulse will make it, but I know I'm driving. I would just throw my phone in the bed. Mm-hmm. It ain't no way I can go get it. We're doing stand up in the truck. Why better? You can't do it. So it's like even the distance from myself just to deal with my thoughts. Listen to the wind. Listen to, just feel, just like be in silence. It's okay. And then it was like when I would get my phone at 10, I don't feel like listening to no dumb shit. I'm calm as hell. I want to learn something. And then I started revisiting like Alan Watts. I listened to Alan Watts
I fuck with
a lot when I was like 23, 24, 25. When I had kind of started deconstructing Christianity, I was just interested in like people who, I like philosophy, I like theory. But I also like sociology. I like people that like really understand human behavior and are deeply empathetic towards humans to the point where this is not about like religion. This is about like a certain code and frequency that we need to be on with one another in order to coexist, because this shit exists in nature and everybody had a place. And we always trying to impose our will on everything around us. Man, this is like, it's like goddamn, it's in the Bible, but, taking dominion over the fowls of the air, the beasts of the land, all that type shit. So when I started like back listening to lectures, I started back listening to John Henry Clark, 28, 29 years old, Khalid Muhammad, of course, the minister. I went
to the minister on a long drive, man.
Like, bro, the minister had you fired up, though.
On a long, for sure.
And
I be on a
going
goddamn
3 hours.
long drive listening to the minister, man. My car was dying. It was an electric car, so I'm driving from Indianapolis with a goddamn All-Star game was, got to get back to Chicago, but I don't got enough charge to get to the next charger because when it's cold, the battery starts dwindling, so I can't play the Heat. It's in the middle of the winter. I'm just listening to the minister going back and forth with white people, just like pure racial fury.
Donahue type shit? Yeah.
On Donahue, pure racial fury, nigga, was keeping me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I like
keeping me warm through the winter. Like,
bro, it was a thing of like, I can't read, but I'm gonna get an audiobook.
right.
I'm a balanced fiction and nonfiction. I'm not gonna go self-help all the time. So I might, if I listen to Atomic Thoughts, then I'm gonna
Atomic
listen
Habits?
to like Atomic Habits. Then I'm gonna listen to
Habit stacking.
I'm gonna listen to like Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah, Outliers.
Then I'm gonna dive into Parable of the Sower. Then I'll come back and I'll go into which bro, it's the damn Contagious. Contagious has changed everything.
Is that Octavia Butler too?
No, Contagious is
Contagious.
it's a book about. It was on Nipsey Hussle book list.
Okay.
But it really kind of shaped my mind around like marketing.
Man, you know
branding.
what's something that's interesting when you list those, man? I was talking to a young brother the other day at this conversation Lena Waithe was doing with Rashad Robinson. He was asking me, man, like, what would you tell someone who wants to enter a space like where you are, but they're having trouble getting the content to break through? And I was like, man, I sense that you're skipping steps. I was like, have you read these classics, like some of the things that you just outlined, that those of us that are doing this in that kind of way, we have this base of information, like that's kind of baseline, you know what I mean? Those are things that you just should have read.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, man,
requisite before
I was like, man, like,
talking to me.
That's what I'm saying. I was telling a young brother, I was like, man, you got to make sure that you've informed yourself with these things, because if you just talking to talk, then I don't know that there's a purpose in that. I mean, we have to listen before we speak. We always got to listen before we speak. And like you said, you should read twice as much as you write. Yeah. So it's like you have to have a basis of information first.
Yeah, and the reader informs the writing because you learn. I mean, they structure it. If I'm reading a book and it doesn't trigger my imagination, I can't start to visualize it, it might not be the book for me. And then I might push through a chapter or two to try, like, maybe it's slow, maybe I ain't there yet. I might go to chapter 6, like, maybe it's something over here. But it's like, I know how to put it down, too, when it just ain't for me. And a lot of people feel like, well, everybody said this is a classic book. Well, I got to read this, like, okay, like.
Might be another way to get at it, too, though.
By those rules, you know what I'm saying?
It might be another way to get at it, too. Like, I've been reading, I finally been reading the goddamn Communist Manifesto, the Karl Marx, over the last few days.
It's tough to get into, bro.
It's tough.
Like very wordy.
That's what I'm saying. I tried to break into it a lot of times, and it wasn't working. It's been working for me now. Just breaking down through history how this capitalist system we have is just an extension of European feudalism, and how the feudal lords transferred themselves into capitalists and took their serfs and their peasants and made them into workers who now feel like they have paid wage, so they have a sense of autonomy and agency, but ultimately being paid just enough to fucking survive.
Right.
But yesterday when we was with To Survive and Not Revolt, when we was with FT Signifier yesterday, and he put me on his mentor's book, The Myth and Propaganda of Black Capitalism. There was a line in there.
Oh no! What did he say? It's black
Buying power. The myth and
black buying power. Yeah.
The myth and propaganda of black buying power. There was a line in there that synthesized the whole thing. First couple chapters, and it was that black people do not have access to enough money or financial structures and economies to acquire the capital that would be required to materially change the living conditions of the group as a whole. And that's the criticism of black capitalism as a liberatory force. And I was like, man, that's such a distilled perspective that I actually wasn't gonna get exactly from Marx, because Marx still had some questionable ideas where he's like referring to certain barbarian nations, and I'm like,
Mark's still a cracker, man. We got to come to terms with this.
For sure. Whenever I hear a nigga talk about the barbarian nations.
I get right to it. Like, I'm telling you, I'll be like, all right, it's some crack shit. I'm going to go.
A lot of time I got
shit right now, brother.
A lot of time
I feel you.
I got to hop, skip through certain things like that to still take what I need. But then when I was able to, like you said, maybe pivot to a book of a black man speaking with a perspective that is, in my view, more evolved as it pertains to our living conditions, it actually synthesized the whole idea in a way that relates to us a lot more potently.
Now you understand capitalism, not in the sense of a dictatorship. Or you know, Communist Manifesto is like a thing that these people are not getting to participate in the music production. Like they're poor, and they're poor, and they're dealing with poverty in a white country, so they're being controlled by other white people.
Right.
But these is white folk problem. Niggas ain't got nothing to do with this in America, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like some of that shit in that book, I'm like, I just don't know. I'm straight. I'm good, bro. But to think
the framework applies, but there's a lot more.
I like the template.
There's a lot more nuance.
I wish that because I always wanted to see how it felt if it was catered to the experience that I'm having here.
And the reality that capitalism is intrinsically intertwined with racism and slavery. That was the fuel for the vehicle that is capitalism.
We have a country that is built up off of like if we're talking about the form of capitalism that is 100% profit system. You know, it don't cost you to put a seed in the ground. And if you don't got to pay for the labor, that shit, brother, the only thing you waiting on is the sun. Mm-hmm. And you got them dictate the price. Highs and lows, you know what I'm saying? So if you operate a 100% profit system, and then, you know, post-Reconstruction, still 100% profit system. If you, I'm in vagrancy law, some of you niggas. Like, some of y'all vagrancy law, bro. I need you finna do 20.
Crazy work
build these railroads. And then the Chinese sending they worse. You know what I'm saying? Or just sending they lower class workers over here to help build out west. But like they killing these folk. You know what I'm saying? Like the value of the labor in America was like so close to zero. Right. It started at zero, damn near below zero.
Well, it was actually beneficial for them to move beyond slavery because in the Industrial Revolution, it gives a veil of autonomy to have people as workers as opposed to slaves.
Yeah, and you know, we control it. We control the rate.
You control the means of production.
Also, you know, we
got the whole thing on smash.
Too, where you know, this is a little company town. It's great. You sharecropping basically, but we also need these people who've like spent the last 200 years like building actual skills. So like when Reconstruction happened. The big issue is like none of these white folk got skills. They don't know what the fuck. They don't know how to work.
They've been sitting around telling niggas.
Sitting around, telling niggas to do, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now it's like, oh shit, wait, your competition is crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, FD is one of those people. It's like I'm always looking for somebody I can learn from.
Yeah.
I think when I walk into certain rooms, especially among my peers, people I grew up with, it's like there's a looking to me to learn something. And I gotta go seek that out. You know what I'm saying? But FD is like he have a mentor, and like he has helped me deal with like adjusting to social media, adjusting to notoriety, how like structuring content, dealing with pushback, and I learned a lot from him too. Cause like he get deep. Right?
That's how Van is for me.
Smart, bro.
That's how Van is for me. That's really how Aja Monet really the main one that I go to. But you said something that made me think, man, like, slavery never ended. That's what niggas gotta understand.
Bingo.
Slavery ain't never ended. I got a big homie, Suave, who just came home for 29 years on a wrongful murder charge, something he actually didn't do. I had a conversation with him a few years ago when he was driving a truck or a tractor in the penitentiary, and I made the mistake of asking him in so many words, how does it feel to be enslaved? Suave is brilliant. He's read all the things we're talking about. He was basically like, man, don't ask me no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my moment outside of the cell. And this serves me emotionally. But like, he was enslaved. He was working. He was working for 15 cents or less an hour. That's not wages. That's slavery. You know what I mean? It's flat out slavery.
It's enough to just say it ain't slavery.
It's enough to say it ain't slavery, but it ain't enough to not be slavery.
Nigga, how much? 15 cents an hour?
Cents?
Bro?
Yeah.
A cent? Nigga, you don't give me nothing less than $1, actually. Who got change?
Pennies?
Come on,
actual pennies.
I'm getting a dime and a nickel an hour.
Say you work 5 hours.
Makes sense. That's crazy. But, you know, if we didn't talk about 13 minimum, we talk about how they reshaped it. But then we also talk about Jim Crow South and like even to the vagrancy laws, even all this the false accused. My thing about Jim Crow South is the thing that pissed me off more than anything is not the stolen land. It's not the deeds that were stolen. It's not the people that was, you know, the like all the shit that we know about aside, especially land theft. It's like, bro, we was robbed of like so many possibilities, bro. Like, imagine how many things black people were inventing in this time. Think about from 1840 to 1940, how many things black people invented that are like get the structure of America. You know what I mean? Like, if we do outsource our manufacturing, we outsourcing things that black people created. You dig what I'm saying? We talking about the first black millionaires. We talking about so much happened in this 40-year period. 100-year period. Bro, do you know how many like children, teenagers, men, women, like died, and we don't know what they was capable of. We don't know what they was bringing to the table. I get fucked up about the possibilities of what could have been. It's so much potential that it's in the ground because it's like you can do it. You just can kill. And then there's a jealousy of this black man 30 years ago was a slave and now he owns all this land. And he's self-sufficient and he's not a sharecropper. He's the owner of a farm. And we're gonna go there and blow his brains out and take his deed. Or like when we getting in these revolts and you got black men shooting back at the Klan
and they
fuck around and take the mask off and it's the fucking sheriff or it's the governor. Like it's the
governor,
mayor.
nigga.
It's the governor. It's your doctor.
Scooby-Doo shit.
Would have got away with it. But I think I always focus on like, man, it's so much fucking loss, bro. To the point where it's a lot of people gave up their land just to move out. Like, bro, that shit too hostile. And it's like open season on us. And they don't talk about the revolts. They don't talk about the people that defend themselves. They don't talk about the multitude. We always talk about Rosewood, Greenwood. You don't talk about Durham. You talk about Wilmington. You don't talk about Atlanta. You don't talk about like Birmingham, Mobile. You don't talk about like Clarksville, Tennessee. Like, it's so many goddamn successful black spaces, bro. Memphis, Tennessee, like the things that was going on in Memphis. How Birmingham reshaped the fucking railroad industry. Like, man, bro, this shit was so much going on with black people at the forefront of this shit, having to play the back, winning, and then getting killed and lose. Like, and then we get up here and argue today. We talking about relationships, nigga. Do you know how long your relationship with each other been under attack? I want to hear that shit, bro. Like,
that's in the DNA too.
Bare minimum, I don't want to hear nothing about no relationship, bro. Like, y'all go back a little bit then, because then you gonna go back so far, you can't even blame each other, because the shit compound through your grandma and your granddad, then your mama and your dad, then you.
No, it's in the DNA.
It's in that DNA. I'm looking at folks like, I can't allow you to be around me, be so short-sighted about what effects you living in, nigga. You think you're causing shit. You ain't. You in the effects of things.
Yeah, you're affected.
You're affected. Black men that is outside from 1978 to 2008 are like, they're war victims, nigga. This nigga put a chemical in your neighborhood, bro, to destroy everything.
You know, that's one of the main things.
Out, bro. Black men, we talking about people that tell us all this terrible shit about ourselves, want you to watch the kids. Dirty as fuck, want you to clean my house.
Right.
You can drive my car, but you a thief. All right. We talking about the women that raised America, black women raised America. Took them out of the neighborhood. When we start getting to a point where black women ain't taking care of their kids, it's something going on, bro. This shit way more powerful than anything y'all put in that. That's what we was talking
about yesterday is the ways that crack eroded the morality of our people. And that's pretty unprecedented. Like, even coming out of Jim Crow, there seems not to romanticize it in any way, but it do seem that there were family structures and morals and values that survived that some of them did not leave crack cocaine intact in the same way. Of course, we're a resilient people.
I think no, I might have made the precedent for that conversation about. I mean, bruh, you think about this. We talk about the violence that was inflicted upon us in the midst of us still building. And we talking about black people that like quite literally like, well, like, bruh, I just want you to leave me alone. We ain't talking about now like reparations is, you know, you know, you already broke the promise, 40 acres and a mule, you already broke the promise. You reworked you put a little re-rock on slavery and call it sharecropping.
And put another re-rock on it and call it incarceration.
That's what I'm saying.
Niggas in Angola prison. You got a prison named after an African nation with black people on it picking cotton. Yeah,
and the correction officers on horseback with a pistol.
Don't tell me nothing about slavery in the past and get over it.
And it's here. It's all the time around.
Yeah.
So I think in the midst of all this, family structure is strong, faith-based things, money habits that are allowing people to grow wealth over time.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on education. A lot of black people getting educated. Hostility, opportunity, perfect mix that make you leave the South and pursue a better quality of life in a bigger city where it's factories or warehouse, whatever the case may be. The infrastructure is there. You can get a good job, and the housing is affordable. But I just live with, like, you know, when I was down south, it was just me and my family. It's 5. Me and remember 8 to 12 people in this one house goes to like. It's 50 people in this building.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if it's 3 buildings and it's, let's say, 150 people in each building, and I just start the demolition process at the bottom, everybody end up gonna die. It's dense. I got you right where I want you.
And you end up in this place, which I don't mean to be a fearmonger about it, but you know the realities of like my environment in Chicago is that maybe 6 blocks away, there are 13-year-old girls that got like 10 bodies. Like, this is a real thing. You know what I mean, and it's not a one-off. I mean, this is the amount of poison that we've taken in and lived with for generations to the point that you get to such an aberration of our natural state that you got 13-year-old girls that got bodies on them. But this is the reason why I'm always pushing and promoting the cross-collaboration of the diaspora, Black Americans, Africans of the continent, Caribbeans, because our freedom is all intrinsically intertwined. Mm-hmm. I do believe, like Pharoah Sanders, a great jazz musician, that the Creator has a master plan, that all of this that we experience, being scattered, ripped from our roots, is subjected to endless oppressions and abuses across the planet, must be for some grander significance, that we are now on every corner of the planet, that we have massive influence. But I think in order for that influence to be mobilized to an improved quality of life, we're going to have to be looking beyond ourselves. Like, we're going to have to be looking collaboratively.
Yeah.
Because where we are now, we ain't really got the answers right now.
It's real. I think where I get to with the diaspora is this. Like, I'm in support of that. I'm in support of a global majority, right? I like for us to look at ourselves as a global majority and not just a minority in this country, right? But we do, like, just here, address the things that we've been through here and clean up our house here. And everybody else got to clean up their house there, so we not, like, throwing petty shade at each other that cause people to regress and not want to deal with each other. Because it's like, Black Americans don't want to be the butt of no joke.
For sure.
And then we know our influence, and we also understand the things that's been paved that allowed people to immigrate over here and receive certain freedoms.
For sure.
Opportunity, you know what I'm saying? A second, third generation person right now might have Black Americans to thank solely for that. You know what I mean? Of course, we're in collaboration with other people, but you know what I'm saying? History, we understand what we're saying. So I understand the sentiment because when things are happening online, they feel like it's happening all the time.
Right.
So like me and you can have this conversation, and it could be 7 more conversations going on just like this about unity, about connectivity, about understanding, in dealing with each other with a utmost level of respect, and not dealing with each other in a way that white people taught us to deal with each other.
That's the base. That's the baseline. And no collaboration, no relationship can be based on a lie.
Our insults towards one another are the propaganda given to us.
For sure. That should be a grand psyop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But also, no collaboration, no relationship can be based on a lie. It can never be brushing under the table what's happening.
Yeah.
It can never be brushing under the table the fact that African immigrants come to this country and try to assimilate by demeaning Black Americans. It can never be brushing under the table the fact that Black Americans are sold a demeaned image of Africans and think that they're all in poverty, loincloths, running around with lions. It can't be us lying to each other about the real points of disagreement. It can never be that. But it should also be to recognize who benefits from those things. That's something I was spitting yesterday, was talking about Geo Group, man. You know Geo Group, one of the largest, if not the largest, privatized prison company in America. We got the same people we've been talking about literally doing slave labor on private prisons here in America. Geo Group also happens to have facilities in South Africa doing the same fucking thing to people in South Africa, who, by the way, South Africa is having a massive xenophobic, anti-Black immigrant movement right now that's kind of like just a scourge on the whole nation, because the fear of other that we experience here, the fear of other that they experience in West Africa, is the same fear of other that Black people are experiencing in South Africa.
Yeah.
And they pointing the finger at the Ghanaian immigrants, at the Nigerian immigrants, because the structures we all face, which is all the same structures, it's all Geo Group, it's all Exxon, it's all Shell, they so insurmountable, they seem so large that we rather just blame each other because we know we can't get at these folks.
Right?
We're accessible. It's like we can't tear down this motherfucking corporation. You know, in South Africa, the Afrikaners, the white South Africans own 90%. They hold 90% of the wealth, despite being under 10% of the population. And yet, similarly to here, where we're close to 10% of the population, but they also have 90% of the wealth, the fingers that we point a lot of time tend to be at each other. Because it's like, man, that's too big of a wall to climb.
Well, I think also, you know, the white people are very, very good at making like little tricky things happen with words.
Oh, for sure. Well, this is their language.
This is their whole language lies type shit. So here's the thing, right? If you come to my house and you kill my father, and then you steal my land and kick me and my family out, I'm a victim of your violence. Just what it is. But they have like purpose, like they talk about this victim mindset. Maybe they keep diving it into the point.
I see it in
like,
every goddamn comment
section. You can't even align with the fact that you were victimized.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so much ego in the conversation because you just don't want to seem weak.
Right.
But
yeah.
Hey, brother, regardless how you feel, the shit did happen.
That's victimization.
You victimizing but now you are alleviating the villains. You turn it on you to make it like.
I see that shit all the time.
Niggas making themselves responsible to pull themselves out of holes they didn't put themselves in. Because they don't want to be a victim. You're a fucking duck, nigga. You're a duck.
It's just not even
green
fucking
bean,
logical.
Brother. You're a green bean.
I see that shit all the time. That goddamn victim mentality being used as a fucking as an insult whenever Black people point to the very real abuses that we have faced and continue to face, and for the foreseeable future will continue to face. They say, "Oh, here comes chief of the victim mentality." Fuck you.
I be talking about a second.
Fuck is you talking about?
Hey, bro, look, you wouldn't talk to me like
for me to never in
and
person.
We also like, I mean, bro, like, The truth is the truth, bro.
It's just to acknowledge what's really happening, what has happened, as we figure out how to fucking move past, how to fix, how to overcome. You know what I mean? How to But that's why I was talking about that Dave Chappelle thing, where they be like, how can black people transcend and overcome?
Can they?
Can they? Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, man.
It's in the moment, though.
It's a tough plight, though, because it's like, you can think, people will sway back and forth because we're accessible to each other. So
proximity.
It's easy for us to blame each other.
No, it is.
And it's easy for, like, this is what I was going to say earlier. It's like, it's easy for you to have a bad day and then go on Walmart and you see somebody you feel like doing worse than you. And then you use that to pull yourself up.
Yeah.
So we do that amongst one another. And this is how we build hierarchies around color, class within ourselves.
And like, not only do we do it amongst one another here, but we as black people globally do it in our own nations, and we do it amongst each other. Man, I was having this conversation with some of the Muslim brothers, because I will often bring up in the conversation the fact that in many times Islam was spread through the continent of Africa through chains. Right. Now, it came through West Africa, often through trade. I mean, there was benevolent transfer and spread of this religion as well. But we do know that East Africa, North Africa, there was a significant degree of Arab slaving that spread the religion of Islam and continues to go on. Slave markets from Libya all up into Saudi Arabia, and Africans being enslaved to this day. I'll see a lot of African brothers try to tell me, like African Muslims, I am Muslim as well, by the way, I'll see them tell me either don't focus on that, it's not true, or just you shouldn't speak about the religion in those ways. And what I tell them is, like, similarly to the conversation we have, we can't have a fucking relationship built on a fucking lie. Yeah. We can acknowledge what's happening in real time. We can acknowledge who's funding the RSF in Sudan and who's behind the genocide taking place. We can acknowledge that shit while still saying we're not going to fall into the trap of aligning with England, America, and France. Yeah. You know what I mean? We ain't got to do that. But how can we be in a coalition trying to work for anybody's liberation, but we lying about shit? We faking the funk about what you doing right now. Right. How the fuck I'm going to do that? You want me to lie about it?
No, well, and also, man, y'all, we playing a long game here, bro. You talking about people that been doing this shit, the imperialism shit, they've been on that.
It ain't new.
It ain't no generation that you gonna make up for it. But if you dedicate your life to the liberation of black people, if you dedicate your life to education, understanding about history, understanding, like, just a basic love, a basic respect for one another, an emphasis on taking care of our children and our elders. You know, like, we take care of them as they come in and as they go out. We feel like if we realize we're in the middle, and we will, like, we all started here and we all will end here. And what we do in the middle is the most important part. It's about how you take care of people and how you look out for yourself. The history is a real thing. It happened. So Christians get mad at me a lot too when I'm telling them, like, hey, man, they did use that book to manipulate us, though.
Found something beautiful. Found many beautiful things.
And I know passages, bro.
Let's be real about it.
I like when I love a proverb. I love it.
For sure.
Because depending on where I'm at in life, it's gonna mean something different.
It's gonna do something for me.
I love the Book of James. I love how imperative it is. Like, I got something to tell y'all, folks. If y'all don't listen, man, this shit not gonna go how y'all want to. It's like, that shit like 4 pages. Ain't got too much to say to y'all, but if y'all don't do it now, it's over. I understand. I resonate with that. This is also where we get the power of life and death lies in the tongue. So, hey, man, look, bro. My granny was on this. I grew up in it. I know what I'm talking about. I also understand the history of this. So why can't both things be true? Mm-hmm. Like the religion, it gives you something to believe in. It gives you a sense of community. It gives you a space to congregate.
It's a wonderful tool.
And it's wonderful.
A tool to build yourself.
Also, it's sometimes like there's gonna be passages in that book you ain't never just gonna encounter a person that's gonna give it to you like that. Like, I don't need it from a person right now. I need to interpret this for myself. And, Yeah, man. Like, you know, some of the centers of resistance was in the church.
For sure.
But we can acknowledge its history. We can talk about the Panthers being misogynistic, not because we want to diminish the impact that they had. It's because if we want to reform a group like that, we can't do the things they did wrong.
Show that.
There's nothing wrong with criticizing and critique. Like, it's necessary. That's how you improve shit. But motherfucker come to, like, if you sweep it on the rug, it's perfect. It's actually not. It on the outside, it look great. It's sitting on some bullshit. So the foundation of it is some bullshit. It's gonna fall apart either way it goes. So what you talking about, like, how we gonna build off of lies, and that go for everything. That's why, you know, there was a move, like, when Meek Mill came out, and he was, like, doing freestyles in Philly, I was listening to a lot of Philly rappers. And this is what they used to always say, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. Nigga, best rappers you ever heard in your life.
It's Jay-Z's. Jay-Z gave that to niggas.
Nigga, literally.
I told you characters, I'm not a rapper. Like, yeah.
Okay, so if we talk about it from that perspective, niggas talking, I'm not a rapper. It's because I feel like these niggas be lying.
Right. Well, that's the interesting thing about rap, though, about hip-hop in general, is that hip-hop is perhaps the only art form where the artists are required to tell an entirely truthful story.
Yeah.
Like, you never listen to fucking Waylon Jennings' Outlaw Country and be like, man, did you really shoot the sheriff like that? You know what I mean? Bob Marley, like, damn, Bob, did you really shoot the sheriff? Yeah. You know what I mean? Or like watch Scorsese and be like, yo, did you really experience the Italian mafia in that way? Hip hop is the only one where it's like people are entirely required to tell the absolute truth, which I think, one, limits imagination, and two, it can also contribute to, not as the primary driver, but contribute to extreme crash outs of these young niggas that go on a goddamn do the race, like,
because if I don't do it for real, I can't rap about it.
That's what I'm saying. Make a hit about goddamn
also have
the murder they just committed. It's like bruh, you know what I'm saying?
But I think gang culture really shapes that too. The checking.
You said the check-in?
The checking.
Yeah. No,
where you from? All that.
No, that shit is corny. I mean, it's all an outgrowth of America's cancer, man. I was reading Marx and just thinking about, like, capitalism is based on free trade, endless, infinite expansion. In my neighborhood, there's the University of Chicago is expanding. I just learned that they own O-Block. They actually own Parkway Gardens. The university does, and they keep expanding. When I was a kid, they expanded through my favorite plaza, High Park Plaza, Harper Court. And I remember when they kicked me off the steps because they had expanded. And I'm reading about them, thinking about their expansion. I'm just like, why is this infinite expansion necessary? And the only thing that expands unfettered with no limitations is a cancer. You know what I mean? So although hip-hop regurgitates it, hip-hop is just us spreading the cancer that was given to us, you know, at its worst. At its best, hip-hop is us healing the cancer. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, you know, we just pushing on the cancer that we've been given by growing up in this bitch.
We're living in our face. If you born in like 82, it's 97, you outside for real, nigga. There ain't nothing going on but these streets, bro. There ain't nothing else to talk about.
No, 97. How are you passing on the things that you study, that you care about to your kids, man? You say you got 2 sons and 1 daughter? Mm-hmm. Give me some game, like some fatherhood game, tricks of the trade.
I like that. I started both of them really young with just like something to identify as a moral basis. So I was like, I'm gonna give you 3 things that I believe that make you a man: respect, responsibility, and knowledge. And this is just what I felt. I felt like this at 24 when I was talking to my son about it, and I just created it as tenets. And they all kind of intertwine with each other. So when you lacking responsibility, you lacking the knowledge of like what being responsible is. You lacking the self-respect. You lacking, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't respect yourself, you're not taking on the responsibility of self-care. You lack knowledge of self. Like we built on these building blocks, so they understand that. You know, spreading information with children has to be done a little bit by little bit because you can see the attention span just.
Yeah.
But me and my wife do like weekly meetings with them. We check in with them. I'm very vocal about how I feel about politics. My kids protested Starbucks. They protested McDonald's. They protest Target. And I explained to them why. And I was like, told my son loved McDonald's. And I was like, well, if this corporation is funding the murder of thousands of children, what do you care more about? Them not killing children or the chicken nuggets? And he was like, I don't know, children. Like, I'm a child. I was like, so you get it. He was like, yeah, fuck McDonald's. Straight up. Because it's like that simple to understand.
Yeah.
Now, the first book that when my son started reading seriously, we went to the Autobiography of Marcus Garvey because that's what I was reading. So I'll just read him little passages in that. It's always about like just helping them appreciate who they are and not letting the world shape them, not letting the world force any insecurities on them around who they are, what they look like, and where they from, and you know, just their history, and not taking your history lightly. We ain't giving no passes. We ain't running behind nobody. Like, if you gonna be, when you go in this world and you represent yourself, you also represent me, you represent your mother, you represent your siblings, and you should honor your name. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't represent yourself well, like, what does that say about how you feel about yourself? And then we got some deeper addressing to do. So I don't try to bombard them with information, but just keeping some basics. And like, even when we got a map, we got world maps, and then we got world map and we got national map, right? And so when the World Cup was going on, they was on some Lionel versus Messi. Messi versus, what's the other dude?
Spain, right?
Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo.
That's that whole shit. I was like, well, he Portuguese and he from Argentina. Fuck both of them. They're like, what?
Simple geography.
And then I started telling them about, like, you know, they know about Nazi Germany, things like that. I was like, yeah, those people fled to Argentina. And then they damn near wiped out all the black people that was there. Ain't no white people in a Spanish country. And then the soldiers of the Confederacy also fled down to Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina got it bad. I shit on them the other day. But then I got to say this to shout out to my homie, one of my guys, Frank. He's a very anti-racist creative director who's been working with me from some of the earliest kind of like political music work I was doing. And he's from Argentina. So when I shit on Argentina, he was like, hey, just remember, Che Guevara, you have some anti-racist revolutionary strands and threads within Argentina as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because anywhere where it was going down, there was always people that wouldn't with that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Resistance. And so it's like I do think we come to a point, I know I do. I come to a point sometimes when either I'm making a joke, so I'm going for the laugh of it, or I'm going for the potency of the statement, and I use a really broad brush just for efficacy. But sometimes I forget a little bit of the context and a little bit of the details.
I be tripping sometimes too, though.
You know, as will be done.
I seen somebody in a Messi jersey. I was like, ugh. I said, hey man, you know if you went to that country, they'd probably kill you. I just been fucking with them. I was like, bro, they ain't gonna like you. I said, you see how they treat Speed? He love them niggas.
Big nigga burgers, bro.
Big nigga burgers, bro.
Big nigga burgers is like,
goddamn.
Yo, 50,000 followers, nigga?
If I end up in Argentina, get me a big nigga burger, bro. Where's that? Let me get a double big nigga burger, bro. Let me get a double big nigga, bro. Double big nigga burger with bacon on it, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Let's do it up.
That shit is so fucking crazy.
Nah, them niggas is sick, bro. That's big sick. Nigga burger, bro. That's so funny,
shit, bro.
Man, I really do appreciate you, bro. Like, last night was great, too.
I appreciate you, God.
Yeah, man. It's been, building up but where you at and the things you doing online and like the impact that you obviously having and the impact that's having on you. It's a good thing to see, bro. Like,
I appreciate that,
I
my
do
brother.
like to see, goddamn, and I do like people that I share a lot in common with too, as far as like battling addiction, getting over your own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But then also allowing yourself space to be enlightened and grow, and not changing who you are in the core.
You gotta be able to evolve, man. I mean, even the things I'm doing online, like I'm involved in it right now to a show. I'm releasing my show at the end of this month. It's called the VIC MENSA Show. First episode is August 26th. You know what I'm saying? And having a lot of these same conversations we have now, the same conversations I have, Dolo, the same conversations you have, Dolo. That's why I love what you do, because I feel like in many ways we're on parallel tracks, like speaking about a lot of similar things from different angles, different perspectives, but with so much intersection and overlap, and also showing people that what they might assume of us can have little to nothing to do with the reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this ain't a journey of perfection. Loving your neighborhood, loving your people, loving yourself, even no matter how long it take to get there. One, liberation for your people and learning your history and learning why you was such a fucked up addict. Right? Outside of the like everyday mental health issues, outside of depression and addiction, what landed you here where you at? What effects are you living in? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then this doesn't have to be pretty and polished. You know what I mean? You have to come in. I lead with my flaws.
Got to.
Just so you know. Hey, look, bro.
You see where we started today. Yeah, got to. You gotta be honest. You gotta be authentic about it.
Well, because I feel like for far too long, especially when we're talking about in terms of religion, the leader of the religion is feigning perfection and his closeness to God, and it's found out that what they doing in the dark is some of the worst shit they could do.
It undercuts the whole fucking thing.
It fucked the whole shit up.
Undercuts the whole thing.
And then, there's a lot of things being done right now where we're going back in history and just kind of peeling layers of our leaders from the past, and you can humanize them, but they also are heroes. And you don't take a hero cape off. Not when they ain't here to defend it. I get that they did. Some folks did some bullshit. Some folks was working. You know what I'm saying? They working with the people.
A lot of them.
You can't deny the impact that they had, and you can't also understand the amount of scrutiny that somebody around that time was under, the pressure they was under to resist America in the midst of Jim Crow.
That is why I love
risk your death. Like, death is a real thing. Like, these folks will kill you, bro.
That's why I love when the Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away, and when Farrakhan said just that, Jesse was my brother, and that, few have done what Jesse Jackson did for the uplift of our people, what he sacrificed, what he contributed. Because although there are two people that were maybe often at odds, and many people have many things to say about Jesse Jackson within Chicago, there's a common conversation. But as you said, his contributions cannot be understated. You know what I mean?
Right.
It can't be taken.
And I think the bigger thing of this is too, we live in a time where if some folk weren't trying to compromise you or kill you, you really want to make them know that's for real. So it's very easy to criticize people who choose to compromise or die. Because that's a hell of a choice to make. Everybody not ready to leave their kids behind. Mm-hmm. Everybody not ready to leave their wife behind. And also, I can justify these actions by lack of support by the neighborhood at some point. Mm-hmm. Right? But we don't need to create these, these trends and these goddamn cycles of leaders that feign perfection and have it all figured out. And when the facade falls down, they probably one of the worst people that you could ever meet. If we always want to talk about Jesus was outside with the hoes and the hustlers, but yeah, nigga, I was too, and now I'm here with this message. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm Jesus. I'm just saying if y'all, the way that you would criticize me or somebody you because of our past and where we come from, and it's not all well and polished, it's you probably killed Jesus too.
Yeah, truth.
If he came off the block. Because he knew that's where these brothers, like, the outside will shape some shit in your mind that a motherfucker they never experienced. They just don't understand it. Mm-hmm. They don't understand, like, even the perception that you have on the world.
Your perspective would just be warped.
Yeah.
I've seen this so many ways that my perspective has been warped, and I constantly have to just seek to not fall pitfall to them same distortions of reality. Because a lot of time I would, even just looking at the people in my environment, because it was so fucking dangerous, I see somebody look like me, and I'm like, man, I'll kill this nigga just because he, like, kind of close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the colonizer in my brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
you seeing yourself.
Yeah, for sure, because it's not a self-love.
Because you know what you on.
Yeah, it ain't a self-love there.
Right, it ain't no self-love. I appreciate you, bro. Also, I want the Netflix show, VIC MENSA show, is when it drops?
VIC MENSA show not on Netflix. It's on my own.
Oh, my bad, fam.
Yeah.
Fuck Netflix. Is it that? I don't know. But shout out my nigga Ali Sadiq.
Yo, shout out to Ali Sadiq. That nigga so cold.
Yeah. So you dropping it on your own platform. Where can they find it at?
YouTube, everywhere you find podcasts.
Oh, okay, cool. So you dropping your own pod.
Yeah.
Shout out, nigga.
Yeah.
That's why you doing around, my boy. I'm podding.
You already know.
Back. That's hard, bro.
Yeah,
what's up with 93?
93 boys?
Yeah.
I should have brought something for you, man.
Yeah.
It's only in Chicago right now, but we're going to expand it.
I like when you and Zoo doing this shit, like you and Zoo doing your thing, bro. That shit.
That's my nigga. Shout out to Zoo, man. That nigga Zoo. You diluting the race, brother.
Bro, that nigga appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Rap. I just want to rap, you know? I just want to rap, man. I just want to rap.
Fate was on my side.
Yeah.
Was my fate was on my side.
Man. Yeah. They say without the proper labor, faith don't stand a chance. I put my faith in faith and stand on fertile land. I planted seeds that'll indeed turn into trees. Be forest in peace, teas get printed to me.